Hello, guys. I woke up. I got a ton of messages about a stream that's going on, which, I'm not surprised. It's 2026 and some people still are lingering on. Like, the whole point of the 2025 in review stream was just to talk about all the crazy stuff, which we're allowed to. You know, I haven't really said anything of new on streams in a while, even if you go onto my main channel, and if you go to other channels, right? Now, I did bring up some stuff that happened last year that maybe not a lot of people knew about, the Princess Diamond stuff and so on and so forth. Well, I was going back and forth with everything of what to say regarding this, but I'll start off with this. I made a joke, or I made a post, not a joke, a post regarding J Man's Legit and William of them not being welcome back on the channel and all that other stuff. Now, I've stated that like, I'll be perfectly honest, I cut ties with both of them. And it is what it is. I think Jordan may have blocked me and all that other stuff, which again is what it is. I don't like that doesn't bother me. The only part that really bothers me, we were going to talk about this on Thursday, but I decided not to. I wanted to address this now. That way, y'all know that you won't be seeing Jordan or William on any further or future Network 3000 and House of Chain content going forward. Second, the main thing that irritated me and why I wanted to talk about this was because he blocked David 3000, who did nothing wrong to him. I don't know if William did, and it is what it is. My biggest issue is William, and I've stated this before. He basically follows Jordan wherever he goes. He is a definition of an ass kisser. That's like when Jordan left the popcorn panel, he left. When he left the group chat, he left. So, hey Jason, how you doing, man? And so all that done, right? Okay, so that's just giving my opinion and a fact about that. Well, maybe not fact, but opinion. Anyway, so my issue really was Jordan blocking him. Now I'm hearing rumblings that he is trying to team up with other people who apparently have issues with me, which good luck with that. You see how that, like, if you really want to go down that route, I wouldn't advise it. I really don't even want to talk about you going forward. I don't know why you're keeping bullshit going. You should, like, again, you should have just, after I did, after at this point, after I want nothing to do with you, you should have just blocked me and left me alone. But it is what it is. I'm used to it. I'm used to people telling me that they're not going to do anything, but they fucking do. It is what it is. I don't care about that. Like I said, they just like with Jordan. I'm not worried about him because y'all saw in the past, and that was when I actually needed to go harsh. I'm not going harsh with him anymore regarding that. I'm talking harsh as in like certain language. I like that's one thing I am a man of my word at. I am not going to go after somebody for that reason or say anything heinous like that unless they deserve it. He didn't say nothing personal to me, as far as I know. Therefore, I have no reason to say anything. Just how it is. But like I said, I really hope he does try to move on. Because he's 30 years old. He's about to be 31 years old. How he's been acting the last few weeks, if even few months, has been very, very immature. And I really despite I put up with him for basically 5 years. And when David, who is a lot younger than him, is a lot more mature than him, that's saying something. But like at the end of the day, I do want him to fucking improve. Do I think he will? And I know somebody say, "Oh, you're beating him up, or you're beating him when he's down or whatnot." Like I am, I am the cold hard truth. I am the truth that a lot of people don't want to hear. So I don't think he will improve. I want him to. I want him to, but it is what it is. If I'm being honest, he was starting to remind me of parts of himself in like 2021 before the shit with me happened. And this is talking like certain incidents that happened prior to it. But I could talk shit about him and say how I feel of the situation, of how he wasn't a good friend through the last 6 months and all that sort of stuff. And all that. I could go into I could go into so much detail about it and talk shit and all that. But like this is just me, small events about how I feel and all that other stuff. And nothing I'm saying regarding that is a lie. It is the truth. But and this is another truth. Jordan and William. While I want nothing to do with either one of you, and the Network 3000 and the House of Shame want nothing to do with you, we wish you the best in your future endeavors. And that's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, basically. It was just a few things. Like I think one of the things was he got bothered by jokes I made, which, if I'm being honest, I make the jokes to everybody. That's how friends are. I'll talk into very small detail because I know some people are wondering. And now, like, but before I do, because I know some people are wanting to know, so I might as well fucking say it because that's the only time I'm going to say it. I'm not going to fucking go back and forth with Jordan. I'm not going to go back and forth with William. This is the only time I'm ever going to talk about this publicly. So, all your questions, ask here. I got a little bit of time before I have to get ready for work. But before I do that, let me get drinking my soda. The Zach, Double ZTV. Like it's funny, I did check out your video. I got told about it. I checked it out because I was like, okay. I was like, I didn't think that whole thing would offend you that bad. And oh, I get you, Leon. But to Zach, I made some comments that were also like, yeah, I said I don't have any proof because the videos that were in question were privated or deleted. So yeah, I didn't have proof about the whole and I don't secretly record every single video, right? So like what I said was true. Like I had no proof to back it up. Yes, correct. But like you said, I didn't know about your sexuality as to going to Double ZTV. I did know. I know as far back as I think 2022. So maybe even late 2021. You could say whatever reason you did. I knew. And it wasn't because you told me. It was because we were on a stream together and you openly said, what's up, man? You openly said that you said, and I quote, that I am bisexual. Again, I don't get the whole point, but again, yeah. Yeah, let me see, man. Let me see. Let me get you one. Yeah. I'm gonna get my there's a guy that works for the apartment. He's asking for a bottle of water. I'm like, fuck it. I'm a good guy. Here you go, brother. Appreciate you. It's not cold, but it's well, yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you for what you do. Anyway, if like, if it was such a bullshit face lie, why are you still talking about it 2 days ago, 2 days in a row? Because I'm also hearing you're talking shit about it today, which is fine. Like you could do it, but it's just like, you know, what is it with these guys who have done YouTube for so many years, but then when a little thing happens, they fucking freak the fuck out. It's just fucking stupid. He's not comfortable with sexuality if he gets as easily offended. Yeah, I even brought that up. Well, I didn't bring up that part, but I brought up how I got offended by another person when I will not name. But to Zach, I will, because like I'm a man that is not like, since you could have had the opportunity to come in that night, but and you have work and all that. That's fine. Oh, trust me, like try even when you're on the way to work, John Dillinger. Fuck. Anyway, and I'm gonna do something because like I know you were talking shit on another stream. I won't mention who because let's just say it's a guy who I found out for sure that was confirmed that I will mention that briefly, but not go into detail and not linger on it. But I'm going to put something. Okay, there we go. I'm like, you could tell I just woke up not that long ago. And now I'm hearing about that stuff and all this other stuff. So it's fucking. Yeah, there's the link. Is for Zach only, TheDoubleZTV, if he wants to come in. Because I know he was live. I don't know if he still is with another person and all that. Like, I have no problem confronting people. I have no problem confronting people. Like, that's just how it is. However, I'm blocked on there from coming in. Which, hey, you know what? Fine. That is fine and dandy. I don't care. Like, again, that person needs my name to give his channel any views. That's just how it is. So, but I'm going to actually, before I get to that, or before I get to anything else, I'll get to that. So I filed some copyright claims on specific videos. As people said, I filed false copyright because I never said I did on there and all that good stuff. So, right. And they got taken down. When you send a copyright claim and it goes into effect, the person gets not only the copyright holder's name, but the copyright holder's email. Now, I've been getting pizza sent to my house on and off for probably the last year, right? And I've been thinking about who did it, right? Like, that's something. I'll go back and he didn't like. He basically used his coming out as he lied to everybody, saying that he never said he was bisexual beforehand, but yet he he did multiple times. There's no proof of this because the videos that were in question were deleted, and I don't have I never screen record them because I don't really feel the need to, and all that other stuff. Well, anyway, it was all publicity stunt to get his other friend and all that. Yeah. And he tried to say I'm lying because I don't have proof, right? How am I supposed to have proof of something that was so... Because I didn't... Like, when he said it, I didn't care. It wasn't a big deal. Hey, congrats for him, but it wasn't a big deal. But, it wasn't something I felt like I needed to save in case he did that. I didn't think it was that stupid to do something like that. But we all know why he did it. But anyway, going back to it. What was I saying? It was regarding the pizzas. Okay. Oh. Well, then there's actually proof then. I wish I knew the video. because then I could actually showcase that, and then there would be no denying it. Then I probably was on that stream too. So now there is a video out there. If someone knows what video that is, let me know, because then I could actually share screen it. Then I'd have some tangible proof. Yeah. Anyway. But like, when you follow, like, going back to the person who was revealed to send pizzas. Let's just say again, person, what's up?
Ready for the war?
Sorry about that, guys. I was talking to my neighbor. Now everything has to be on. We were mainly talking about politics and stuff. Anyway, the person that's been sending me fucking pizzas. Well, I got confirmation of who it was, because when you file a copyright claim, you get the person who you make the claim to gets the name and the email, and I did that intentionally because lo and behold, just a few hours later, I get a confirmation from Pizza Hut saying that I am getting a pizza delivered. So I called them, got the number, but unfortunately I knew it was a dummy number, but it is what it is. But now it is confirmed. And again, if anybody wants to know who exactly I'm referring to, who the guy is sending the pizzas, you can check my community post on that. He talks about filing restraining order on me, but yet I have plenty death threats. I have multitude of different things that if this actually got to that point, I've got 10 times more evidence from multiple different witnesses, multiple different people on the contrary. But again, I'm trying to move on from that person, hence why I'm not saying the person's name and all that other stuff. But most of you probably should know who I'm referring to regarding that. And that's the thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Adam. I don't get why Zach Double Z is fucking upset, because let's be honest here. You have multiple people collaborating the story saying that they heard him say that years ago. It's not just one person saying it. It is multiple people saying it, corroborating what I said on that stream. So, like, if you can admit that you lied, which you did, that's one thing. I don't like liars. I don't like fucking people like that. And I know the method of why you were doing it. And hey, you know what? You were defending your friend. I get it. But when you do something like that, unfortunately, you get caught in the crossfire. It's a sad fact of life. But it is what it is. And like I said, if anybody's watching this and could let Double Z know, he could come on and he could have a talk and he could clear the air. It could be one-on-one. I have no issue with that. It is what it is. Again, I would have let this go even when he made the stream. I was like, fine, you know what? Fuck it. You want to make a response to what I said? I don't have an issue with that. But now, like, what, 2 days in a row you're mentioning me? I'm like, wow. What I said must have really got to you. weird. It's weird with these people. Some people are still obsessed over things from like 4 years ago. What's up, brother? How you doing? Like I am like, for me, right? I don't care what you do 10 years ago. I don't care what you do 5 years ago. But if you're going to try to bring up my skeletons, which I have on public display for everybody to see, then, you know, and a lot of you who will criticize me when I bring up Paso, you get all butthurt about it. It's quite funny to me. Anyway, so yeah. I'm not going to be on here for too long, but again, I will give Zach enough time to come in to give his stance on everything. Let me see something real quick. So yeah. And as far as like the anything else that I could think of saying like about Double Z, that was about it. Like I like oh wait, was that okay, that's him. All right. All right, we'll get into the other stuff later. So I will get him in here. Hello.
You called?
Yes. Well, my thing with you, or my thing is like, why, like, if I'm not anything important, why are you bothered still many days later about what I said? And actually, my question to you is, I've had a few people in this chat and in a previous chat corroborate what I said regarding, and I wish someone had the Double Z stream, or not Double Z, sorry, ZTV stream to, because someone said you even did that years ago on ZTV stream where you admitted your, and again, I want this to be perfectly clear. I don't care if you're straight, gay, bi, pans, trans, whatever. That's not my point. Like we talk about liars and lies and all that stuff, and the underlying aspects of it. That's my thing. So like you have a few people saying that you have said this before publicly on streams.
I know for a fact that is completely false. I did not even come out for the very first time admitting my sexuality until my coming out video last year.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. If maybe not today, because again, I got work later on. I'm not gonna, and I don't know what exact ZTV stream it is that is being said, but I would, but if someone gives me the timestamp and link to that stream, and if it does say that you and I quote say in one way or the other I'm bisexual, would you make a apology about that?
I would, but again, I know for a fact I did not publicly come out for the very first time until I did the stream. Because again, I did not come to terms with any of this like about myself until 3 years ago, and nobody knew directly from me for the first time until December 2023. Because like I said, after I had my virginity finally taken, that's when I slowly started to tell people privately, but never made a public declaration of my sexuality in terms of me outright admitting what my sexual preference was and everything until that video came out last year.
This is the other reason why that, like not just the ZTV stream where you said this. This is the other reason why I know. And when I said I didn't have no evidence to back it up, because number one, the channel that this happened on that I recalled more vividly, I didn't have issues with anybody, and really coming out as bisexual is not something I need to screen record and hold that for later. Like, so the stuff I was referring when I said I had no proof, because I couldn't even for when I and I could have been there for the ZTV stream too. I don't know. But the video that I was there, I remember the year that you said it that I was there. It was 2022. It was on a specific stream. I will not say who, because again, I'm not trying to bring up that person after the late night with the devil stream by name. However, we all know that that channel got taken down and you know his videos got taken away. And again, I had no reason. Like, I don't sit here and think, man, I'm going to screen record this guy saying I'm bisexual and use it against him 5 years or 3, 4, 5 years later. So when I said I had no evidence to back it up at the claim, because like who in the right mind would do that? You know, like I didn't think that anything would happen, but I remember it was I think it was you, me, another person, and I'll say his name because he's my meme machine, Brian Absher.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you said to him, "You're bisexual."
Brian never even knew either. Because again, why would I tell Brian personal information when I've been at odds with him for several years now?
Yes, and that's the only one I cannot provide, but I know I was there. That was like, look, and
you're even mentioning ZTV a few times. He did not even know until like before my coming out video, because I remember after a live stream that I was in went off the air, it was myself, ZTV, and somebody else who you're at odds with. That's when ZTV found out. He did not find out until a private conversation, which was just before that coming out video also happened in June of last year. So ZTV did not even know until I privately told him, like on through a StreamYard or anything.
Well, let me ask you this: why are a few people are able that have been in the chat the last days corroborate my story regarding there's like people saying that you said it on ZTV stream, and then there's other people saying you did say it prior to your coming out.
Like I've said before, I know exactly my timeline of when everything happened. Came to terms with everything in August 2022. Did not tell people for the first time until December of 2023. And ZTV, he did not find out until a comment off air, like right before my coming out video. So that was around like 2024 or 2025. But in a public setting, even on a stream, I did not do so before my coming out video happened on June 1st. Because I wanted to make sure that when I did my coming out video, it happened on my platform directly through me.
I'll let Poseidon in because he's not going to do anything negative. I don't have to worry about don't worry about getting gang. We're not gang attacking you and all this other stuff.
No, you guys finish your talk. I'll chime in later. There's a few things I wanted to address, but go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, my question wasn't really answered. Like you talked about how you said, but why is there people that are like? I don't think they would just do it just to kiss my ass. And as far as I know, I don't think like the Adam who said about ZTV, the bad guy, or he also goes by Let Me Talk on here. I don't think he has an issue with you, Zach. So I don't think he would be saying that just to start shit.
Well, I don't get why he would say that either, because like I said, I know my own story and everything. I know my timeline, and I'm not even sure who this person is that you're referencing. Yes. I know exactly when I've made comments such as this when it came to who I am as a person.
He's gone by different names, like King of Guineas and different names throughout the years. Like, you know.
Oh, wait. Is he the guy that people thought like exposed himself on one of ZTV streams, like and they analyzed carpet or whatever that was?
They thought he was, and then I'm the one that exposed that was Brian Absher because I
I know who that person is.
Yeah, because I literally I think I went on a stream that Brian Absher was on. And I just asked him what was your carpet because everybody was basing off of the carpet, and I just asked him, Brian, what's the color? Do you have carpet in your home? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, what's the color of your carpet? And he's like, red. And I'm like, okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you. And I left because after I knew because again, everybody was analyzing the carpet. So I was like, okay, I just need that. No, but he's been around. He again, as far as I know, and Adam, if you're still in here, you could clarify. I don't think you've ever said shit about Double Z. So there would be no purpose of him lying to because he has some agenda against you, right? So,
Again,
so
like,
me,
I've never even had a word with Adam, so I don't know
yeah,
why he would say anything like that. Because, like I
that's what I'm
said, I
saying.
know,
There,
like
but
I know how to be honest
go
about
ahead.
stuff like this, and I'm not hiding anything. Like, I don't know why he would say something like that in the first place.
My point is that you have a few people, basically corroborating what I'm saying, and yet, and like outside of one person that I know that was on your that you were talking to about this, which again, he's another he has a history of lying himself, so I can't take his word for anything. Um, I've not really heard anybody come to your defense regarding and saying, "Oh, you never said that," and all that other stuff. Like, why is it that I'm having people corroborating the claim I'm making, but nobody seems to be corroborating your claim?
Well, first of all, I don't know who the people are that are like cooperating with your claim, and two, people are not going to come to my defense because I can actually speak for myself when it comes to saying stuff on my behalf, instead of people having to rush in trying to put words in my mouth, trying to say, "Oh no, it was this or that." Like, I can easily speak for myself just like everybody else.
Oh, I'm not saying that's not it, but like, here's my thing: when certain situations happen, wouldn't it be good to have witnesses?
Well, again, depends on the situation itself, like that you're speaking of.
So, yeah, that's why I'm like, witnesses for that situation. Now, like I said, I will hopefully, because some people have more time than I do. So hopefully someone can find that ZTV stream where it was said, because then after that, maybe not today, but I will post it in the community post. And this is basically because I've already gotten your word saying if you did say it, you would apologize and say I was right regarding that. Because again, this is what I'm not here starting anything, just to start stuff. Actually, I got a question for you because because again, the other person that you're friends with has issues with, or his whole thing is because I got mad that he blocked me, which actually is not true. But I know you blocked me a while, like a long time ago, and I never brought it up until the stream on the first, because it didn't bother me, because I'm like, I literally thought, I said, well, I never really said anything bad about him, but whatever, that's like, if I wanted to start stuff with you, like for any particular reason, I could have done it a long time ago. But but what was the reason why? Because as far as I know, I never said anything about you.
Well, for me, it was because, first of all, there were certain things that were said about you. I've seen, like, you've been behaving like a toxic individual. It's how you portray yourself online, which I did not find, like, to be something I want to be associated with. Because, like, I've had other people that have also behaved in a toxic manner, of course. And, of course, like, the constant discourse between yourself and the person that you're referring to, like, not by name and everything, it's starting to mount up and everything. Like, I don't suddenly say, "Oh, I'm cutting this person because of one thing." Chances are, if something's going to be me cutting ties with somebody, it's going to be stuff mounting up. Like if there's drama or somebody misbehaving in a way that I don't agree with or anything like that.
But all the fake shit that Ulysses does, I guess that gets a free pass. Sorry, I there's only so fucking long I can bite my tongue, but go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I'll say, and I'll let you say. Here's my one thing I'll say, and Poseidon can say who. I'm not going to say the person's name, but I will allow it on here. But I will say this though to you, Double Z. Do you realize what started the issues between him and me? Why I went hard on him?
Feel free to elaborate then.
I don't know if you remember this, but at the beginning of the year, because I made jokes about him getting with people's exes, including two of mine. I never cared if he got with an ex. And also I never specified who the ex was, the recent one that I was referring to, nor anything to connect them.
Mm-hmm.
He had her on, and he says he did it to clarify that, he was not what do you call it? Not doing this, but she said, "Oh, I did this to her. I essayed her and all this other stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Which, that was a bullshit lie. DH even exposed it in a video called, like, basically, and also I got messages from her, like, not long after DH made a video, that she was pestered. She even apologized to me, and that basically he forced her to be on there. I don't know if I still got the messages, but I've showcased them on in community posts and stuff like that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole reason why all this started, because he couldn't take a joke, a harmless joke, mind you. Like, Double Z, let me ask you, if I made jokes, I made jokes about you fucking, I made jokes about you, what's the word I'm looking for? If I made jokes saying, oh, you were trying to get with my exes, would you get that offended by it?
Well, I would know it would be a joke, because I know for a person, as a person myself, I don't do stuff like that, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and that's my whole point of that, right? Any normal person, he says I wasn't joking, but I'm sure if there are videos still up where I made those jokes back then, I'm sure they could tell if it's a joke and all that. So it just, it is what it is. But all this because he couldn't handle a joke, and he did that. And he still stands that I did stuff and all this other stuff. And then he still brings up the ex-wife, which you and I both know because we were around during that period. You know that the ex-wife wasn't really the most honest person in the world.
I remember that period.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Him bringing that stuff up, him bringing up other friends of mine and all that regarding, and this was before I even said shit about anybody's friends. Him doing all this other stuff, that's been why it's been going, and then him playing the victim and all of this. He's done a bunch of other stuff. He's talked shit about, even though Jordan and I aren't cool anymore, but he's talked about Jordan's deceased brother as recently as within the last probably 6 months.
Calls my kids a piece of shit? Yeah? Yeah, that happened, Double Z.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you know about that he mentioned Jordan's deceased brother around October time, November time?
First time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, he said that in what was it? He said that in October, November time. He privated the stream, but luckily, and you could go on my playlist, because I'm not going to play, because if he privated, he'll try to take it down. If you go on my playlist, there's a clip that Romanov took of it, where he said that. And so it's still up there. It's still up, and people can find it right now. He has said that, and you may wonder, what did Jordan do? And again, me and Jordan aren't friends anymore, but I will still stand by what he did was fucked up. You may ask, what did Jordan do that was so heinous that made him fucking deserved for him to get attacked like that? I'll tell you what. Jordan was doing a Halloween stream for Rant and Rave, and he did the let me talk thing where he said, let me talk. That was it. Just that caused him to talk shit about his deceased brother. And yet he criticized me for years about talking shit about his deceased brother, but yet he did it. And I actually apologize to Jordan. I stand by it. Again, even if Jordan and me aren't cool anymore, I am not going to go to low-hanging fruit and do that type of shit, because I'm a man of my word. If you actually try to, Jordan can say shit about me I'm not saying he is, but let's say Jordan makes a stream and he's talking shit. I have no reason to do that. I'm not that person anymore. I only do stuff like that if it is necessary, right or wrong. So my point is that whole joke that Jordan made caused that person to make a comment about fucking Jordan's deceased brother. And again, you are correct, sorry, but there are certain people I really don't try to fucking do that to. But my point is that, he hides it. He hides the video because he knows if people see it, it's going to get him flack, especially with the context of why he did it. Because if Jordan said, oh, I hope your family gets slaughtered or something like that, okay, I could fucking understand. I could understand. But for him to not to say that regarding Jordan, for just him doing the let me talk thing. And again, you he could find whatever reason being, and you can ask Jordan this himself. of what he did. And I guarantee what I'm saying of what caused everything is the same thing Jordan would say, and what others would say too, that were in his circle. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff, I played my part in this feud with him, and I went personal with him. I'm not going to sit here and say that fucking I'm an angel. I'm not saying that. But you got to realize that it's not just me who's been causing this stuff. Again, you can keep me blocked. I don't care. I just wanted to, because, like, again, I would have liked some conversation because you and I never had issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the only, like, even if you just told me that you're blocking me or whatnot, I would have, because at least then you would have been man enough to tell me, and I would have been like, okay, you know, I don't agree with it, and, you know, I would like to conversate more about it, but it's your decision.
Again, I can even admit fault. I should have told you about that in the first place, so I apologize for that. I can admit I'm at fault on that one.
Yeah, and even just talking to me about it, say, hey, because like that's the whole thing with River. Why I've been defending River is that
now
River's been coming to me, talking to me about. Or go ahead.
Can I ask a question when it comes to this other person on something recently for clarification?
Poseidon?
No. The other person that you got beef with, that I'm trying not to name personally, that you're not naming.
Okay, go ahead.
So he did show me that you filed a DMCA takedown notice for 3 videos on his channel, and I think I know the reason why you did it, but when it comes to how you did it, why did you go the copyright route? Because if you look at legality, you technically did something that's illegal, because you can't file a DMCA takedown notice on something you technically don't own. Like, if he was uploading your gameplay, directly, re-uploading, I can understand, being case oh, you took my video, so therefore I'm taking action. But when it comes to this, it seems like you're doing it just to get a response from him in a way. And it was
I didn't.
I can understand if you're doing a community guideline reason, community guideline takedown, false flagging. But when it's copyright, that's on a different level, and there are actually legal issues when it comes to doing that. There are cases where people can get in trouble for filing a false takedown in that manner.
Well, I'll answer. I've been getting a bunch of privacy complaints from him. He can say he didn't do it, but all the videos that have been getting privacy complaints revolve around that person. Myself, Sloppy, Brandon Anderson. I don't know about Mr. Money, but I would not be surprised if Mr. Money got privacy complaints. A bunch of people have been getting privacy complaints about this person. I've gotten 25 in a month. And I wasn't even talking about him a month ago in detail. Maybe I did to let me talk to him. If I'm joking around, that doesn't, I don't count that. But if I'm fucking, and I'm just saying, let me talk, I don't count that. But I wasn't saying fuck all about him. Especially on my channel. The last video I did dedicated to, even the videos I didn't do that had nothing to do with him, he tried to interject himself. I was having a conversation with ZTV, and then he was forwarding messages or he was sending messages to ZTV to basically forward to me. And I'm thinking that's coward shit. Why do you need other men to fight your battles? I always tell people, if you have a problem with me, you could come right here. You can come talk to me behind the scenes, come to me on stream, what have you, depending on what the situation is. Right? So there are times where and I think even Poseidon's been in there too, where we've been talking about another person, and then he comes in and it makes it all about him.
Oh, he's been mentioning me for literally 5, 6, 7. He's been obsessed with DH and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my point is that, but yeah, he's filing privacy complaints. And again, he could deny it. So I basically did it back to him and unlike him, but I also did that for a second reason. Because I've been getting pizza sent to my house on and off for the last year. I wanted to test the theory.
And I did, and I do know you've gotten pizza because, I know I'm still cool with people in BAC and everything. And I did hear, I think it was Doberman. he did give us alerts saying, hey, somebody's sending pizza to Chain's house, and he was asking people like who was doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I've even been wondering. Is like I've even said to myself, it's like I don't care who people have got beef with. Sending pizza is just completely unnecessary.
Yes. I talked to even ZTV and Kevin, and I asked them. I said, you can even tell this to me privately. Who's been sending? Like, do you have any increments? And they openly have stated, both of them, that it's not been anybody in the BHC. At first, I didn't want to believe, but with like Kevin and me being on peaceful terms, and ZTB and me not messing with each other, and then Bio and me not messing with each other, like, stuff like that, I was still getting pizzas even after the fact that I made peace with it, and I thought it could have been Eric. That could have been a possibility, because he has said he would do that to money. But then yesterday happened. I did the copyright claims because I know when you file a copyright claim, your email and your name are the only two things that the other person who gets the claim sees. And then only a few hours later, actually, even because I heard he made a community post about it, I think around that same time, or at least not long after. So he was already aware of the copyright claim. So that's one strike against him. The best thing he could have done was be quiet until the next day, and then he could have played dumb. I get an email, because usually when I get pizza sent, I don't get emails. I don't get any. The only thing I got was, oh, this is for Chayton Long, something like that. I get an email letting me know that, thank you for ordering with Pizza Hut. This order is being made right now and being delivered. Mm-hmm. So then, and it had my email. It had didn't have my phone number, of course, because that's the one thing. Even if I put it on the copyright complaint, it doesn't take it down, or it doesn't show that. So I knew it was some random dummy account number. Trust me, the wife and I looked into it. So, because I was talking to a buddy of mine on the phone, we weren't even talking about any bullshit. We were just shooting the shit, having a good time, and all that stuff. So then I get an email about that. The only wouldn't it be weird within the span of a few like 12 hours since I made that the copyright complaints, and then all of a sudden I get an email from Pizza Hut let me know that my order is on its way, when I never even made an order. I even, I talked to the person, I canceled the order, all that stuff. Again, it doesn't bother me, but it proves now that person, and I said who it was in the thing, what is the one doing it. He could say it's not him, but he never had my email beforehand. Why all of a sudden, and I don't make my email public, why all of a sudden I make that copyright claim that will give him my email, and then I show, or then I get a email hours later saying that I got a order coming my way. That doesn't really make any if anybody says that, oh, it's not him, then they're a fucking idiot. It's like, you could say it's too convenient, but with an email, that I don't share that much publicly, it basically tells you who has been the one sending me pizzas, which, hey, if you want to keep doing that, that's fine. That shows that not you, Zach, but that shows that you are more obsessed than I am, because I do not have the time nor patience to do something that's stupid. And also, here's the other thing, because some people may say, well, maybe you're saying you ordered it, and if it happens again, I will record the whole thing. I will not even cancel. I will record the whole thing. And I will say, hey, I'm just recording for my safety and all that. I want to let you know I did not get this pizza, blah, blah. I will do that perfectly, because I don't even order from the fucking app. I go to the fucking, or if I do order, I don't order delivery, because delivery at times can be expensive. Yeah, I go and pick up my,
I've been in that same boat anytime pizza's been delivered my house falsely.
Yeah. I told the guy I was talking to that I fucking go and pick it up. I may use. I don't even recall last time I used the app. I think I used the I think my Pizza Hut account is with a fucking different email because I have a regular email and a business email. I usually use my business email for any of my like other stuff. My other email. Unfortunately, I wish I could switch emails, like my business email to my main what do you call it? My fucking
Your primary email.
you like that on YouTube and all that, because that way, because I use that email more so for work related things. But yeah, so my point is that that's why I did, because I thought there's nobody else legitimate that would be doing it. Because again, I was literally thinking to myself, huh, I'm gonna test this. And I did. And lo and behold, without even like again, without him even breaking a sweat, he made the order. And he could come on here, or he could be doing a stream saying I'm lying and all this other stuff. But let me ask anybody, does wouldn't you think that's kind of weird that he gets my email the same day I get, because I basically give it to him, and the same day I get pizza sent to my house through my email, which never happened before. I just would randomly get the things.
There's one really easy way to prove that it wasn't you, Chayton, is simply get somebody like, let's say, Jordan, to give him the address of the Pizza Hut that was in your location. When they call, they should have a history even of online orders. And if it was returned, I'm assuming you denied that Pizza Hut order, right?
Yeah, they gave me the number that was called, and it was a dummy number.
Yeah, so then just get one of your people to like somebody that you trust. Obviously, you're not going to give every single person the address of that Pizza Hut. Just say, hey, yeah, somebody that's neutral. Get them to call that Pizza Hut to verify that, yeah, that order was returned and it was a dummy number, and then bam, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And again, I don't care. At the end of the day, the wife and I laugh about this stuff. It doesn't really bother me, but what bothers me is the fact that your friend Zach keeps saying that he is being harassed, he's being attacked, and all this other stuff. Yet he's doing shady shit like this, and this is why I call him out. I gave him the opportunity to move on, but all I asked, because I told him we've tried peace agreements, and hell, Poseidon's here. He can confirm this.
Yeah, I can.
The last time me and him had a peace agreement. Oh shit! Oh man. Yeah, that's good, man. At least I know he's open today. If I because I didn't know if I was going to be able to pay it today, but say, yeah, but all right, brother. Oh, yeah, he does. He's good. He's great. But take care, brother. Anyway, when me and him made the last peace agreement, and then I think it was on Sloppy Stream where Poseidon came in, he asked me a simple question, that if that person asked or was talking about DH and DH and Poseidon when we first met, and I said yes. I don't find that be me breaking the peace agreement. He says I lied, but there was multiple people.
And can I say one thing too? If you were to say I don't want to comment on that, do you know what I would have said? Let's nip that in the ass right now. If you would have said, "Listen, I can't comment on that." Well, if you weren't going to say no, he didn't. You're either going to say yeah, he did, or no, he didn't. If you're going to say I'm not going to get involved and comment on that, what do you think I'm going to say? Well, okay, I respect your opinion, Chayton, but then if you're not going to say no, that clearly means he was doing it. So you'd be in the same fucking position that you are now. It wouldn't change a goddamn thing.
Yeah, because I stand by what I said. What I said, and again, I've also stated this, that Mason, Mr. Dirt Mason, who Zach, I don't know if you're familiar too much with Mr. Dirt Mason.
I know who Mason is.
You would know that he's not someone who likes to start shit, right?
Of course.
Why would Mason also say that while they were at a strip club, that person was also saying shit about DH and Dallas while they were getting lap dances?
first time I'm even hearing of that information either. Because again, I don't even talk to Mason behind the scenes or anything.
Yeah,
so that's
that was
nothing
on
my
a
phone.
Hangman, the first Hangman Outcast episode I did this year. So that's something that again, and it was a long stream. I'm not telling everybody to go and watch it and do this and that, but it's just the idea that why would he lie about that? And if he says, "Well, show the proof," why am I, if I'm going to meet somebody, right? Why am I, if I'm going to meet somebody for the first time, why am I going to record myself or record a conversation? That's shady. That's shitty. And why would instead, like, why would Mason do the same thing when he's fucking just trying to have a good time with some women giving him lap dances?
Why would Ulysses pick, or why would the guy name himself Hard Boiled Egg on a meme page that has my picture and DH's picture and your picture, Double Z, and a bunch of other pictures? That's one thing that wasn't addressed in your previous stream, which I wasn't available for. Sorry to interject.
So that's why I'm saying a lot. Like again, I want this to be perfectly clear. I had no, again, if I had an issue of you blocking me, Zach, I would have addressed it way back when. The only time, and again, I will look for that ZTV stream where it was said, and if I can't find it, I have no issue making a retractment of that statement. If I can't, even though I have people corroborating it, if I don't have any evidence video wise that it happened, I have no issue doing that. And but like I said, my issue was never with you blocking me, or like even with, because again, it's just the fact that like you blocked me without even knowing anything, because you didn't know about, well, I think you blocked me before he made the comments about Jordan. So I don't know. So that may be true. I can't remember exactly when you blocked me, but it's been a while.
I can't remember either.
Yeah. What do you call it? But he has made a bunch of heinous remarks about different people this year alone. Yes, I've made heinous remarks too, but I don't sugarcoat it. I don't fucking stand that and say, "Oh, well, I'm the victim, so I was just trying to defend myself." If I'm going to call you a piece of shit or a motherfucker or a rapist, or not you, Zach, but if I'm going to call you all that, I'm going to call you all that if I know the fact. Like again, when I call fucking that person a rapist, it is because of what he admitted to that whole thing with Crystal. And I'm only bringing that up because he still brings up the stuff from 4 years ago. Then he talks about my medical records and all that. Yet he has and all that. But as you could see with when they'll let me talk thing, the one who clearly has mental issues and anger issues is him.
Well, I know he's got anger issues. I've made jokes about that.
Yeah. I think I have too when we were cool. So like last time it's been years since last time I had like a rage moment. I'm pretty calm, cool, and collective because most of the time I know how to deal with these fools. But and I've given him multiple opportunities to move on. Even as recently as Christmas Eve, he talked about not being on StreamYard anymore. But yeah, he was on a StreamYard with me, Kevin, and Sloppy. And I told him, I'm done adhering to your demands because you care more about the videos I've uploaded, old videos, which mind you, he bitches about that. The last time I uploaded an old video was 4 months ago. Morning, sweetie. I was just talking to some guys. Yeah, you were asleep. I didn't want to bother you. Yeah, I woke up about maybe an hour and a half ago. We don't have to get ready till like 3 or so, okay? Give me a quiche. I know you're topless. Let me eat that bougie later before we go to work. Thank you. I love you. Anyway. So when I was on Sloppy Stream, he came in. And he asked me what I want. I told him, I said, okay, you want to be left alone, right? I want you to stop talking shit about people. I want you to fucking remove the videos you have on me because let's be honest here, his most viewed videos about me are on his channel. If you go to my channel, if you look at top 5 each category, shorts, live streams, and fucking regular videos, he's nowhere near it. I don't need him to get views, clout, whatever, attention, as he says I try to get. I talk about him because he's a fucked up individual, like he says about me, apparently. And I call it the bullshit. But I told him, delete your videos. If you don't care about them, delete them. You know, fucking go your separate ways. And I told him, I'm not deleting mine. I'm just not going to talk about you again. Because why do I have to do any when you are the one asking me? Because I've tried this song and dance with you. He could say, well, you said you were going to delete the videos you re-uploaded, but you didn't. I didn't because I didn't trust him. And that proved my point with what happened when I was asked a question by Poseidon. I have wanted to move forward. My whole plan, and all that. But there was one lingering thing that happened that I needed an answer to, and that was the pizzas. Because the only thing that I never really got an answer on. I made him rage. I made him threaten to call the cops. He says he's going to file a restraining order. Again, I've got plenty of messages where he says he wants to kill me, he wants to stab me, he wants to come over to my apartment, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's really going to work well for you, buddy. But the one thing that was lingering with me was the pizzas. So I did the only other thing I could think to maybe try to get him to come out, to finally review. I didn't even want him to make a video. I knew he would because he was stupid. He's stupid. He's going to fall for that. Just like he fall for the cat fucker making comments. I criticized that too. I'm like, why is anybody giving that guy any attention? You could say, well, he made homophobic remarks. Yeah, that's fucked up, but that's what he will do to get fucking attention. And unfortunately, y'all fell for that hook, line, sinker. But going back to it, right? I've wanted to move on since the summer. But one way or the other, he finds a way to still try to bring me into shit. He talks shit. I'm having a conversation with River behind the scenes where he's really upset about what's been going on. We never even talked about him beforehand. I'm getting in conversation with other people who are basically being told what to do, like a fucking Jordan, like a fucking David 3000, so on and so forth. And he gets mad that I'm talking shit about his friends. Like I've said, the only way for him to fucking not worry about, because he has haters all around the book. Just because I don't fucking talk about him doesn't mean somebody else won't talk about him. That's just how it is. Just like me. There be people who talk about me. I'm okay with that. That's part of the song and dance. But I wanted to move. I am not even the guy who openly first said I wanted to fight him. He's the one 4 years ago, almost 5 now, to say, if I see him, I will slap him on sight. I just got tired of him fucking acting big and tough, and I called his bluff. And then he has to get cameraman and all this other shit just to fucking have an advantage. He can say whatever he wants, but we all know why would you, if you want to fight me and Dragon, why do you need 2 cameramen to film it? He says 1 for the live stream, 1 for the video. Here's an idea. Just film the video. But you notice that's a 3-on-2 at disadvantage, correct?
Yeah.
1 person to film, but it was my woman. And my woman, which also he's admitted he would clock her if she got in the way. Why she will not do anything except film. I would bring her because again, she knows about the situation. She doesn't like the motherfucker. I brought her because Are they going to be that scared of is that person going to be that scared of a fucking girl intervening? This big old bad dude? Bring him in 2-on-2. Okay, fine. That's still a fair fight. Why bring 3? Or why make it like two extra people when you know it's a 3-on-2 disadvantage? That's why I called out the fight, because I'm not going to fucking, and my friend is coming from vacation from Cali for vacation. I'm not going to get him in that type of situation. He's the one that wanted to fight Dragon. Now I've talked for a good while now, and I know Poseidon's been very patient. I thank you for that. I will mute myself and I will let Poseidon ask some questions.
Oh, well, first of all, Happy New Year, everybody. Let's start with that.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, my question wasn't even really necessarily to Double Z. I don't have any issue with, I understand there's a separate issue between you and him. My whole concern was talking about, which I don't know if this is pertaining or even the right stream to do it, was with some of the things that I was sent in regards to what Ulysses was saying. The guy. Well, I got. Yeah, I'm trying
to say. You know what? I can at least say I didn't say it on my end, so you can go ahead. I don't.
Well, no, that was me. Well, no, I'll try to.
You're good.
Not use the name, but yeah. So that was kind of my question is, and again, Double Z, I'm not trying to, or anybody, people can be friends with whoever the fuck they want. I'm totally in support of that. And that's the thing, associate with whoever you want. I mean, there's obviously certain stipulations to that, which are clearly PDFs and some of the sick people that we know in this community that, there is no grace period for them. But what I do notice, and I have the same issue with ITB, because he was on that stream too, which I don't think it's a bad thing to mention ITB anyway.
No, ITB's good.
Yeah, where there is leniency that both ITB and UZZ give to this said individual. And I mean, again, I was gone and you were part of many of these streams too. I was gone for 2.5 years. Or even maybe a little bit longer. And that guy, your good friend, couldn't shut the fuck up about me or DH. And while I don't want to say necessarily partook in talking shit about myself and DH, that your good friend, that person, ran his mouth several different times and you said nothing. And Chayton is not the only one that your good friend threatened to fight or kill. There's a stream that I have a copy of where he wanted to skin me, quote unquote, and verbatim like a pig, which again, I'm not a big tough guy or anything, but again, I would like to see him try. Unlike Chayton, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Chayton's, avoiding a 2-on-3 or whatever. Your buddy could bring 15 people. And honestly, I would beat the fuck out of that fat car wreck of a face fuck in front of that 15 people. And I have no problem doing that. So he's lucky that I don't live in his same area or 45 minutes or whatever length it is away. But there was also a time where your good friend, that guy, said to me, and I have a screenshot that I can show you if you like to see proof, clearly, which everybody's about receipt these days, where he said, I'm an American. This is back in 2023. I'm an American. If I want to speak of you, I will do it. And basically, there's not a fucking thing I can do. But then when somebody like Chayton gives your good friend a taste of his own medicine, something that he's been doing to many different people for many fucking years, Double Z, that being your good friend, couldn't shut the fuck up about me, couldn't shut the fuck up about DH, couldn't shut the fuck up about many other people. But then when he gets a taste of his own medicine, he cries like a little bitch. So then I come back after 2.5 years and I say, fuck you, man. I'm tired of you running your goddamn mouth. And then all of a sudden he shuts his mouth. You know why? Because I have receipts to prove what a fake fuck he is. And I've proven those receipts or provided those receipts since 2019. Again, this isn't to make you stop being friends with the guy, because I can already clearly see, there's nothing. I'm not here to prove to you, nor do I care. He's your boy, that's good. But I'm saying this guy could not shut the fuck up about me. That's why I'm back running my mouth about him. And I have every right to, because when I told him to shut his fucking mouth about me, he told me he's an American. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. Well, guess what? I'm a North American. And if I want to run my mouth about your fat fuck of a car wreck of a face, I'm going to do it. And there's nothing that little bitch is going to do about it. And that's a straight up fact. So, yeah, you are, again, almost caught myself to say his name, but he's caused his shit with a lot of people, and there's nobody to blame but himself. Like I have no disagreements. Again, I've said that I don't agree with family and shit like that being brought into it. But again, that guy, your good friend, was responsible for one of my deceased family members getting harassed and doxxed.
He called your kids piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Yes, he did. There's proof of that. He did a lot of behind the scenes bullshit that he doesn't realize I have, I'm aware of. We'll put it that way. And he privates all of his streams where he talks a lot of shit, and then he pretends that anything he's ever said doesn't exist. And that's the problem. The other thing, too, that I find interesting is in that stream that you did previous, Chayton, the one or a couple of things that weren't mentioned is that he lied about putting Steve in jail, which, again, I provided evidence that
I saw I did. If I did, it was a long stream, and I was talking about a lot of different things. So I will admit there were probably some days I miss bringing in. But yeah, no. If I did, which I wouldn't be surprised, because by the time the halfway point of the stream, I was already gassed out.
Yeah, there's a lot of totally. Like there's a lot of shit. And again, every year since I've known him to be the person that he is. It's been 2019. It's been longer than that, but since 2019, this guy has done New Year, New Me bullshit stream. We're now the 3rd of January, and Double Z, you were part of a what? What? A what? A drama stream from whose channel? That guy, your good friend. It's the same rinse and repeat bullshit that it's been since 2019. As far as him saying, if you have questions, ask. I have 4 different people that I can say, not even including me. I was one of them, which makes it 5. I tried to comment on that said stream. You needed to be, first of all, subscribed for 24 hours. And if you were subscribed, he blocked those channels. So people that actually...
if I wanted to confront him, like he talks about having people come in and confront him, I can't even do that through StreamYard because he has me blocked. Yeah. I've always said the only person I have blocked from coming in this panel is Eric Melendez. That's the only person on StreamYard I have blocked from coming in here. I don't block anybody from whether I have a problem with them or not. I will let them come in and give their rebuttals or give their opinions.
Yep.
So that's something I want to add, but continue.
Yeah. So again, that whole idea of the transparency of, if you want to have questions or confront me, come in. That's all bullshit, because the people that actually did have valid points to ask him, not even be rude, because the guy's going to put you backstage anyway. Nobody could, because he has us all blocked, or he has this 24-hour, you need to be subscribed. If he was truly serious about getting this one-on-one, well, not even peace agreements, but to talk about shit, then he would have temporarily removed that 24-hour little thing. Like, Chayton, do you have, actually, that's a question here I didn't even see, because I don't have it like a main YouTube page. I use the NWS channel here. Yeah. Do you have you need to be subscribed for X length of time?
No, yeah. I did that once, maybe. I think I almost did it once last year due to a different situation, but I decided not to. And then even going back, maybe I did it back many years ago, but it was a thing where I'm like, why am I trolls or not? Why am I not allowing people, if I want my channel to grow, because there may be people who are just wanting to come in and chat it up and ask questions. Why am I depriving people? And also, I don't want them to be forced to subscribe to comment. If they like what they see, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, and really I'm gonna be frank with you, I don't really care about that. I have a goal for 2027 where I want to go in terms of other parts of the channel, but why, like, I want people to be able to come in, feel welcomed, and then if they like what they see, they subscribe. I don't really want to force people. You could say it's because trolls, let's be honest here. There are trolls out there that have too much time on their hands that they will subscribe for 24 hours, 2 weeks, a month, just to fucking say one thing before they get booted, and then they will do the cycle all over again. So why should I just, why do that when I could just take care of it right then and there and don't have to wait 4 weeks when I'm talking about something that maybe have nothing to do with drama, and then fucking block that person. If the person that makes another account, just block that person there. But like, again, I have no issue with people asking questions, friend or foe. But now if you're just going, like, usually the only time I have issues that you will get blocked is if you dox. It's like something else he said about doxing family members. He said I dox family members. I don't know about y'all, because I did mention his sister, or showed his sister's Facebook back on, and this was after the Jordan stuff. I did that, and he says I dox, but correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have a public Facebook that anybody could search, doesn't matter, and anybody can access it, I wouldn't consider that doxing.
Well, so I have my own opinion about that. Like, I hate this idea. I mean, first of all, I get why you did what you did. I mean, I don't agree with it, but again, I understand why you did. Even though I fucking hate that guy, I don't agree with that. But I hate this idea that because public information, like, a lot of people will fall behind this. Well, if it's public information, I don't subscribe to that idea. It's cool if other people want to.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna go and look up like I know you could also look up addresses if you pay like $5 and all that. I'm not that, like, I'll be honest, I'm not that desperate to do shit like that. If I did something like that, it would be more for legality reasons. Be like, okay, I need a little more information for if I need to make a case or something. That's literally, and that's more of a legality aspect. I'm not going to, and I get what you mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, anybody, like, not everybody has to agree with what I did, and that's why I always say I don't do things like that if I feel like it's not called for, and people may not agree with it, and that's totally fine. But no one can tell me that I just did it just for no reason.
100%, and that's where I was going. Yeah, like, I mean, and that's where, like, I subscribe to the idea that karma never forgets an address. That people, you can treat people like a piece of shit. You can do nasty things. You can just be a fucking asshole to people. Everybody has a right to do that. But karma, which sounds cliche, does not forget an address. So so because that guy has done these nasty things to myself and many other people, he got a taste of his own medicine, and he cried like a little bitch because finally he got a taste of what he was told by many other people to stop doing. And again, I'm one of them. I'll speak for myself. And his response to me was, I'm an American. I can do what I want. If I want to speak of you, or if I want to do whatever the fuck he wants to do, then he's going to do it. That was his response, Double Z and everybody else. I'm an American.
Oh, Poseidon, I forgot to tell you this. This is actually very important. And I even said this. At first, I felt a little guilty about showing this, but then I realized Kevin Daddy, and Double Z, you may not be aware of this either. I don't think I said anything family-wise prior to this. To Kevin, I will admit I did. So I don't hold Kevin accountable for showing the picture of me and my mother, but put his face in there. But Double Z, you may not be aware of this, and if Kevin later can corroborate this in the comment. Kevin told me that he got the picture from Ulysses. I'll say his name for that point. Kevin told me that he got the picture of me taking a picture of my mom, which was on my Facebook months ago. Like, I'm talking like 8-9 months ago, way before I did any of these. And he also admitted that he did it. So why can he play the victim when, and yes, he wasn't the one who made it public like Kevin. I get that. But he's the one who fucking went went out of his way to get it, to give it to Kevin. Like, Double Z, your thoughts on that? And again, people like, it was on another sloppy stream, and there are people who can corroborate it, and Kevin was the one who confirmed it was him who he got it from. So, Double Z, your thoughts on that? Did you know about that either?
I honestly did not know, because like I said, I can't keep up with everything that ever happens in terms of like what people say or what's said on stream. Like, I can't keep track of everything that I've ever done within a certain circle of like friends.
Yeah, I get that. No, I'm like, the point is that, like, since you're interacting with him and since he's talking about how he's the victim and all that, my point of this whole thing is not to tell you, it's not to say anything, or not, it's saying that you're being misled. Like, our beginning of our conversation was about misleading information. You know, you are being misled. Everything that I'm telling you is exactly what happened. Like, Kevin admitted to doing it way, way, way before he even did anything. And my mom's not involved. Like, he says, oh, my sister's not involved and all this other stuff, right? My mom's not involved. You know, he criticizes, DH for not taking care of or not doing something with his mother. He criticized me for my same thing with my mom and all this other stuff. He doesn't fucking know like what goes on in our lives. He says he thinks he knows me, but clearly, again, you're in here. I'm not yelling at you. I'm being fair. I'm trying. Like, I want to let you have your moments to talk. If you ever feel like we're fucking gang attacking, you let me know, and I'll bring it back to. I either put myself backstage or I'll put Poseidon backstage. Because like I said, that's the other thing, and Poseidon may bring this up, is the other reason whenever he comes on streams, he always he talks about we talk over him. Poseidon, remember when we did that one stream and it had nothing to do with him? Like, remember when he was complaining about not being allowed to talk, even though the stream wasn't even about him, and he he got mad that we kept muting him because he kept interrupting you and interrupting DH.
Yeah, like I never interrupted once. Like, I completely followed the stream guidelines. I even though I hate the guy, I barely got a chance to talk.
Even if you've interrupted by accident, you always apologize and say, or either you will say, you will say, oh, can I add something? Or you'll just be like, sorry, go ahead. You don't you're respectful when you come in here, even if it's around people you may not be the biggest. I'm not talking about me. You know who I'm talking about. But yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was my whole point. Like I said, the whole point from my perspective is that you're being misled. Same thing I told River, because again, River and River can attest this. We didn't talk about that guy ever behind the scenes. He came to me because there were things that were frustrating him, because he got mad at him over me and him being cordial in the stream and all that. And so we talked about it, and he sent me some, messages. I didn't ask him for it, and all that. He blocked Kevin for no reason. Kevin and I made it perfectly clear we're on peaceful terms. But we're not friends. So why, who knows if he'll try to block you now? Just not even yelling and screaming at me. But again, I'm not. I always say I give what I. In terms of respect, I give what I receive. If you come at me peaceful, I will talk to you peaceful. If you come at me guns blazing, I will return that in kind. But anyway, I will let you two continue.
No, I was just going to say, in terms of Sloppy's comment, I think this kind of progressed. I do believe that the allegations, the by-allegations, you guys kind of addressed that, and you were going to look for proof or look for substance to further add to that. So it's kind of, I think, again, maybe I'm overstepping here, but Sloppy, kind of like how you have a certain topic and then things proceed from there. I think this is kind of the same thing, just to answer that. But what I have on this, and obviously, Chayton, you can further describe if that's valid or not, or if that's accurate. But anyway, so this is something, and this isn't just a show to Double Z, but I want to reiterate this here for this Pinata Farms, this screen here. So again, we can all agree, I showed this on Money AD stream. This is Chase This is Chase's Pinata Farm. So you want to talk about people taking images and taking photos. Again, we click this. We can see hard-boiled eggs. So Ulysses was behind a fake account. Okay. Like this is real here. You guys can still see the screen, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So then again, we have this guy. I mean, Double Z. Obviously, you have your avatar there. You can see this account was created joined April 2023. So you want to talk about creepy stuff? Look at the images, and I'm not going to play some of these here. Look at the images this guy has.
He has one of me.
People.
Yet he gets mad at me for making the photos of him kissing Arthur and all that. I did that for entertainment. Like he always says he does these things for entertainment purposes. Well, if he wants to even know, in reality, that could be like, look at that. Like he has what go back up. Oh yeah, he has I don't know who is that? I know that's me. Oh, Daniel. He has one of Daniel basically dry humping me. And yet he talks about me being gay and things like that being gay, yet he's posting stuff that are very sexually questionable.
Like look at this. He has a picture of Will breeding me like a cow. I would never. Okay, I hate that guy. I think he's a scummy piece of shit. I would never think about putting that guy's face with another guy that I don't like, breeding that person like a cow. He has a picture of, well, you guys know DH having another guy who I'm not going to mention strapped. I don't care if this is a cartoon or not. He has him in some kind of like electric chair looking like thing. Like this is like fetishes that are being projected here, folks. Okay. This is sick fucking shit. Okay. Again, like look at the pictures and these pictures. I will say this picture, or no, not this one. Hold on. This picture here, which you can't see the full thing, that was from 2017. We are almost
10 years
10
ago.
years, and this guy has a copy of my face from fucking like damn near 10 years ago. This one of DH, I remember, again, there was some doxing, which almost leads me to believe, as a side note, now that I'm thinking of it, that because he has this particular picture, there was a troll that was going around harassing DH and his family. Again, I'm just looking at the picture here because he has this exact screen cap, and DH knows what I'm talking about when he catches wind of this. This exact picture, can I even make it? Oh, no, it'll be too big here. But anyway, this picture, like all these like, look, he has a picture of DH looking at Brian Absher in a toilet. Like, again, I know this is Brian Absher's face. Like, look at the sick shit this guy creates. But the whole point being, this picture here of DH, there was somebody that created a troll account that's harassing DH's family. Or DH's close, like immediate family / relationship, so on and so forth. And it's funny that this guy, the loser, the ogre, or whatever you guys want to call him, has these exact same facial screen caps that were used to harass DH at these times. Whole point being, this look at the amount of fucking photos this guy has. Look at how many memes this guy creates.
And some of the photos were me.
I'd rather have like cheesy, lame ass memes like this as opposed to doxing, which is why.
But this isn't doxing, though, Omega. This isn't doxing.
It's just photoshopping the heads on top of other people.
Okay,
like, I'm not saying it's not. Yeah, that's it. It happens all the time. It happened to DH.
Yes, but how many grown ass men like yes, I've
about doxing.
Omega, can I interject real quick?
Right.
What I was gonna say though is that. Yes, I've made some AI photos because it trolls people, and all that. I've openly admitted that. Yeah. A lot of them are in responses because I already knew that he made countless stains on me. He took pictures of my mother and all this other stuff and all that other good stuff. And the fact that like any photos that I use for these things, I delete them, and then after I post them or I showcase them, I delete. Maybe I have one or two in my fucking in my streamer, but I probably will take those out soon as well. But any stuff I have, I delete right after that. I don't hold on to photos of other men and have photos of other men in other accounts for years on years on years. Like, again, you will never find, like, I implore anybody who has me on Instagram, who has me on Facebook, I implore anybody to go on there right now and to look at my fucking photos. I guarantee you, because again, you have to be friends to see them, but I guarantee you, if you go on there right now, you will not see one iota of anybody in that regard. The only photos I have with that person were from years ago when we were at events together. And I post so many photos that it would take me a minute to go and find them and delete them. Because I really want to delete a lot of photos. I think I already have done some, but I've not deleted all of them. It's like an ex-girlfriend, especially when you get with a new one. You kind of don't want her to see your old photos of someone that you regret being with and all that. So my whole point is that you don't see me, you don't see anybody else doing this type of stuff. Have photos from 10 years ago. He talks about me bringing up the crystal stuff from 10 years ago. But yet he has photos of Poseidon, DH, myself, even the photos of myself. You know how long ago some of those photos were? 5 years ago, when this whole thing between me and him started.
Okay, but I'm defending the concept of just memeing, right? Like to do like a funny like Photoshop shit, like as far as like, okay, maybe the whole putting Photoshop of your mother, that's where I was wrong. That was a little low.
Yeah, because he took a picture.
At the same time, the whole concept of just memeing, like if it was just stuck to memeing on each other, like I don't know, you getting R-worded by a horse or something, maybe, or I don't know, some type of silly shit that you see.
If I took your picture, Omega, and I created 15 memes out of nowhere with your face on them, you would be completely okay with that.
I mean, by definition, I wouldn't be because you're hitting me, but at the same time, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, this is the most horrific thing ever that's ever happened to me.
I don't think I said that. I think I said it's sick, but go ahead.
Well, you're implying.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you said you wouldn't like, you may not scream out at the top of your lungs about it, but you will not like that, correct?
Yeah. Hell, there's already was some memes about me with me.
Oh yeah, I don't mind the creepiness, or I don't mind the fucking like him, because again, that just proves to me he thinks about me. What I do, what I find is that what I do care about is the creepiness behind it. Like I'm creeped out by a heterosexual man, claims to be a heterosexual man, who is taking photos and again, Double Z. The beginning of this stream was about the whole thing about your sexuality, right?
Correct.
Him taking stuff, and who everybody he's been targeting, as far as we know, are straight heterosexual men, and putting them in what do you call it? Homosexual situations,
or at least compromising, maybe.
Well, Brandy, like putting you in a BDSM chair and all that, like that one guy with DH, put him in a BDSM chair. That like yeah, compromising. But some of those are like there's one where I think it's from 21 Jump Street, where the one where Daniel's on top of me. There's literally where that cop, where it's in 21 Jump Street, where Channing Tatum is arresting a guy, and then he starts dry humping him, basically raping him in a way, because this wasn't consensual. Again, we could all say, oh, it was back in the 2010s and all that. And again, I'm not someone, but again, it's just the idea that this guy is doing it. Yet he complains about when I do it, when I do two men kissing. I don't even do anything where they are fucking, and like I said, I think I've done the photo of him and Arthur and Eric Melendez and fucking, I'll say his name, Daniel, just to piss off Eric, because Eric was getting freaked out when I did one of Arthur and him. And I did, I think, 3 photos. 3 photos. So even if you compare it, 3 photos compared to however many, there had to be at least a dozen, if not 2 dozen, that we just that was just showcased.
Oh yeah, 100, yeah, easily. Well, and I can post the links so people can go look at them for themselves.
Yeah. my whole point is that fucking these, like, among all these different things, and I guarantee you, when he made these, I guarantee you this was around time DH wasn't around. I can guarantee you this is time when Poseidon wasn't around. I can guarantee you some of the people, like Daniel Rolfe, is fucking bitching on Facebook. He's not even on fucking YouTube anymore. I'm not saying Daniel Rolfe doesn't deserve to get roasted or whatnot, but it's just the idea that a lot of guys that are fucking that he's doing this to are not even on here, or were not even on here at the time. Poseidon may come out. I don't know. I'm going to ask you this, Double Z.
Mm-hmm.
After seeing all this stuff, hearing my testimony, because I know, again, that person has stated that he is a victim and that he is somebody who is being attacked and harassed and all that, and he's done no wrong and all this other stuff. Honestly, and you could tell me yes or no, and if you say no, I'm not going to be offended. Honestly, do you believe now, after seeing both sides of the situation, that he is a victim?
Honestly, I can't agree that he does instigate. I do agree, because like I have seen instances where he's like prodding people. Like I know I've seen that before and everything from my own eyes. Like it's hard to try to fathom everything like put together, because like that's a lot to suddenly take in all at once.
What apartment are you looking for, brother? Oh, that's me. Are you I didn't order a pizza. It was a prank call. I got the same thing yesterday from Pizza Hut.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me, but I didn't make an order. I've been talking to friends the entire time. Sorry, man, you've been pranked.
All right.
Not by me, but by someone else. I'm sorry, man.
No problem.
I appreciate that.
Does he have a number on that receipt, Chayton?
The phone number.
Do you have the phone?
Is an elderly lady.
What's her name?
I don't know what her name is.
Yeah. It wasn't.
90156.
Yeah. That wasn't my number. Yeah, I had that same issue yesterday because somebody called. What do you call it? I got an email because somebody got into my email and stuff and had like a fucking different area code number and all that. I've been trying to get them to stop doing it because some dude's been harassing me. I may just have to do something about that. I have a feeling of who it may be, but yeah, I'm sorry about that, man.
No problem.
Yeah, you have a good day, man.
What disgusting. Yeah, we'll just keep track of that number. It's a good thing you muted it. Keep track. Was that the same number as the last one?
No. But I guarantee it's a. I'll have the wife look into that so she can see if it's a dumb. But yeah, so there you go. There you go for y'all saw it here. And it's funny that it happens right when I'm outside doing this stream and talking about that person the day after I accused him of doing that type of stuff. So yeah. You see what I'm referring to. Now there's video evidence, Double Z.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's exactly what a person's looking for. So no, that's good.
So Double Z, now you see it. Now you see it for yourself in full in clear view.
Yeah, it's like again, I know how that pizza stuff can be, because again, we know I've been targeted with that stuff just even from a few years ago.
Yeah. Like I said. Now, Domino, now I didn't, let me check my emails because I don't know if I got a fucking, no, I didn't get an email regarding that. He probably, like, again, how weird how when I called him out about the email and the and the company, he got another place and then used my email.
Was that screen, like, of your email, that's only visible to that guy? It's not like in his community post, which I did see.
No,
it's not visible anywhere. Like, it's not like, yeah, there's no public.
The only way, if anybody, like, here's the other thing. If it would be someone else, right?
Yeah.
Then who else has my email? That I know that would do something like that. Nobody else does. I've even talked to Sloppy because at first when me and Sloppy were having issues a while back, I asked him and I asked Exio, and they both said they don't do that shit. They may do other things, but they don't do that shit. They find that beneath them.
And that's, yeah. So like, even though I hate, like, I'm not a fan of that guy, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt here. Is
Yeah.
there any way somebody could be third party using his name to attack you? But yet, like, there's no, unless somebody can provide in the chat other ways that somebody could be, quote unquote, attempting to frame that guy. Like, again, he's done so much shady shit that I'm still trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. There's really no way to counter that. Yeah,
because
probably the one.
he's done, and plus, let's be honest here, he has a lot more haters than he has friends anymore. So why? So like, and those haters, maybe one or two may not like me, but the point, yeah, I don't think it's Eric. Eric doesn't even have my email, and Eric would have, and that would mean if he did it, that would if he did last night, that would have meant that the other person sent him that, which wouldn't surprise me. But again, I don't think he had any involvement in it. He said he was doing it to money, but you know, I never, even when me and him, when he was doxing me way back when, he never sent, like, this year was the only time I had stuff sent to my house. And people have known my address, like a good amount of people have known my address for a while. And I never got, but ironically enough, the year I went hard on him, I got pizza sent, you know. So again, even when I called out, when me and the BHC had issues and I called out the whole doxing, they never once did any pizzas, because that was 2 years ago when I first called them out back then. Again, we've made peace and moved forward, but I'm pointing that out because that's why I know for a fact it ain't any of them. So like I said, there's only one person who would make sense. It's not Arthur, because honestly, if he wanted to do anything to fuck with me, he would have tried to take down the video I did on him a while back, and he never did. So I know it's not Arthur, who is the one person who has proven to be doing shady shit.
And there's ample evidence to show the lengths that he goes to behind the scenes. And yes, I do have screenshots where he's telling people not to talk to DH and myself behind the scenes, and many other different things. So yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Zach. It's the fact that you like again, you've dealt with this too. You've dealt with the pizza stuff yourself.
Yeah.
And I know that he's going to tell you he didn't do it. But why is it that my email that was never public to people who would do shady shit like that, why would my email, the same day I made a copyright claim, the same day I did that as a test, I did that, that whole situation was a master plan, because I needed to find out, because that was the only thing that irked me still to this day. Because I wanted to see if he was dumb enough to use my email for something. And he did. Because again, I don't order pizza through the app or with my regular email. So that's what I'm saying. The proof is all there. Like, the only thing we don't have is a confession, and we will never get that confession because he will never own up to his mistakes. But like I said, you can see it clear as day.
Did he not say that he had multiple jobs here too recently? I mean, not that this is it's kind of relevant, but not. But again, there were some clips that were sent deconstructing some of the things that he was saying. Did he not say that he had 2 jobs over the course of 2025?
Yeah. Apparently, from what I heard, he's now he's on salary now.
Well, I heard that apparently in the clips he's got a new job. Again, I don't care about the job, but I'm saying, like, look at the contradictions. Again, what a lie, contradiction, like, how many of these do you need to see before a person's credibility? It's not so much looking for exact proof, which would be great. That's the proverbial smoking gun. But how many fallacies and contradictions and lies does a person need to hear? This is what rhetorically everybody needs to ask themselves. Not even for just this guy, but anybody. How many fallacies and fake bullshit and contradictions can you accept before you will be willing to call somebody a fraudulent fake fuck that cannot be trusted? That's something everybody needs to think about.
According to Dark Horse, infinite. But
Well,
Anyway.
but you hate him, so you're biased towards
Well,
him, just like you're biased
but
towards
at the
me.
same time, he's been proven to be a fraud, right? Multiple times, right?
Has he?
Yes. Well, I've known him longer than you, so yes, I can say that. So yeah.
But you've also said the
but
same
I
thing about
digress.
me, though, too,
Anyway.
Omega, right? You've also said the same
I
thing
was
about
gonna
me.
say, guys, let's not
definitely
get into a like
I mean, but
like
here's
a
my point. Okay, I'll leave here. I'll let you all talk, but I'm just trying to say
Okay.
this, just to be clear to you, Chayton. I'm not on either side as far as this whole beef thing goes. I'm actually on both of you guys. Well, I'm on both of your guys' side. And honestly, I wish that we could just move on from this because it seems like from the root.
I've tried Omega 3 times.
I know you have. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Fine. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I just wish that this beef and drama did not get to the level that it is right now because based upon how it originated in the first place. It didn't seem like it needed to go there. You know,
it didn't have to. It didn't have to. Like I've always said,
to show how mutual I am, I can point out a few things that Chase did. I felt like were wrong at this, and the same goes for you as well too.
Yeah, I don't mind if people call me out.
Yeah,
But I've heard Chayton take responsibility for his stuff, and I have yet to hear, aside from the sly little, "Oh yeah, I did that," but and then make excuses and justifying why that guy that we're talking about, why he did what he did. I've heard Chayton directly admit, including myself, where like if we do something wrong, we admit it and don't go, well, because this and this and all this other bullshit. This guy has never done that.
Chayton's side probably. Yeah.
What's that?
I want to ask Double Z.
I may not have, but Chayton's side has. But
I want to ask Double Z a question, right? Because this is one thing that that again I talked about earlier. How this whole thing started was when he had that girl on making false rape allegations and all this other stuff, right? Okay. When I've confronted him about that and called him out for the shit, he always shifts blame to her. Yes, I'm not going to sit here and deny that she had blame in it too, because she's the one that made the claims. But in your mind, Double Z, if you are a host of a stream and you allow a person in here in a stream, and that you are and she is saying things that also that he knew that wasn't true even beforehand, because funny enough, he never brought this up, but me, him, and a third person, I'll put his name in the private chat. You don't say it out loud, please. Me, that person, and another person had a conversation about this woman going as far back as 2023, when was the last time I talked to her, where he was trying to tell both of us to stop fighting because this woman was trying to get us to fight each other for her thing. I was starting to see that, so I started to back away. But that was something that, like, again, we never discussed publicly. And this was 2 years ago, but then 2 years later, just because I made a joke about him getting with my exes, he brings her on and she said that claims, and DH comes in when I provide him the screenshots and the proof. And again, if you want to ever watch the video, Double Z, it is on it is on the playlist that I made. My point is, if you bring somebody who makes false accusations of rape or any of that nature and all that, isn't the host of the stream that's allowing it to happen, isn't that person just as responsible for the heat that comes their way or comes the way of that?
Very true.
So that's why I've been going, because okay, Double Z, you remember the whole, and I'm only bringing this up because it connects to this. Because again, unlike him, I don't rely on my mistakes. I don't hold my mistakes from 4 years. Like I improve and I move on. But remember when, me and DH were going out when he had my ex-wife on, right? Remember how long I went hard on DH?
I honestly don't even remember, because like anything associated with DH, I have no memory of, because I don't know much about that guy on my own end. Okay, so okay, well let's just say why. Like I went at him hard for a good while, probably around the same time I've went hard on him recently, and no one had issue. Yeah, even Omega Omega would know about this because of the fact that I was on some of his streams at that time. My point is that when somebody because again, I am many things. I can be a devil. I can be a
I could be a sadistic fuck when I need to be. But one thing I always want, like, and you can accuse me of everything left, right, and center. But the things I don't like, because they go against my morals, I don't lay a hand on a woman. I don't do anything sexual to her without her consent. And I don't do anything to kids in regards to anything like physically or verbally in that direction. Jane is a higher power, Cubix. So when those things, when my credibility of that, like you could call me a piece of shit, you could bring up, oh, I said things about this person's deceased relative, whatnot, left, right, and center, and hey, I'll admit, hey, I said some fucked up shit, and to some people, I have sincerely apologized to them, and I have meant it to this day. But when that type of stuff happens, you don't get like a free pass from me. You may say you're not the one who fucking said it, but even when he's retitled that stream multiple times, I wish I screenshot it. Again, I don't screenshot every little bit of detail of certain things. But he literally, at one point in time in that, when he reworded that stream, now it's like Chain Long exposed ex-girlfriend speaks on his lies. Beforehand, it was Chain Long exposed ex-girlfriend reveals sexual assault. So at that point, you fucking are adding to it. Not only are you hosting it, but you're basically adding to the propaganda. And unlike him, I never admitted to anally raping a woman. I was a little aggressive.
You also never tried to frame somebody.
Come on,
that it was looking through a window, looking at your underage niece, which also was a thing that he did.
Yeah, Double Z. Have you ever he claims about the whole Steve C that he put him in jail? Has he ever sent you evidence regarding that?
I've never seen that because like so many people have said that they've either gotten him in jail or filed police reports against him from what I've seen on social media.
Funny, because if I recall, not calling you a liar, but he has openly told people that he sent them info. I've asked you, I've asked ITB, who he's also said he sent stuff to. I've asked Will, and they've never gotten anything of that nature.
I have a clip of him speaking on a stream, because I know we need receipts here, and I can share it. I have a clip of him admitting, and Will was on there, where he says this was his niece, da-da-da-da-da, and he's using the same screenshot that he claims was Steve looking through the window at his underage niece. I can play that for you guys if you would like, clearly, for substance and context and proof.
What is it from his channel? Because with how many times he's privacy complained me, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, no, that's true. It was from his channel. That's true.
He'll find a way, especially now since I copyright claimed him. He'll find a way.
Well, after the stream is done, how about I can play it so people can see? That's
for sure. Yeah, definitely. My point is that, like I said, and like I said, you acknowledge the fact that the host takes responsibility for it as well. Mm-hmm. So do you now understand why I've been attacking him for this past year? It was 1 year ago this month when this happened. Do you now understand the Double Z?
Yes, but there's still like, I also got to say, like, I don't have much time left because like I got to get ready for dinner, but there's still one question that I have for you that I still want clarification on from your stream that you said about me, though, like that I'm trying to get cleared up first.
Go ahead.
So when you talked about my sexuality in that stream, you like accused it of being in some way a publicity stunt in some way involving like Ulysses or like some kind of cover up. What exactly did you mean by that? Because I know for a fact there was no publicity stunt or anything done to cushion anybody's like reputation or anything like that. Because like I said, when I talked about this in my stream yesterday, which I've now privated, when I recorded that coming out video, I recorded that back in March, and you said Ulysses got into like beef or whatever back in May, and you thought I posted my video afterwards to try to get like heat off of him in a way, even though, like I said, that was recorded before he got into any beef with anybody else. So what exactly did you mean by that video posting being a publicity stunt?
Well, first off, I did not know that you recorded in March. I do like I was still subscribed to you for a good while, even after you blocked, because I still liked your content. I'm like, I'm not wanted in terms of commenting, and all that. That's fine. But I still watch it. I didn't look for any reason. I enjoyed your backstage assault fucking like Switch videos you did and all that stuff. So just to show that I did still watch your stuff and I'm aware of certain things. Maybe things that maybe not other people are aware of. I think you even did a video on the Switch 2 and can WWE 2K, or no, I think you mentioned something. I can't remember if it was a video or if you said you were going to do it, but then something I can't remember. But basically, I didn't know you had that whole thing recorded ahead of time. If that is true, then that's not my but my
True,
my
like I said, like anytime I record anything, I take my video files, back them up on my computer and everything, as I like to try to
have
archive
backups in
everything.
case. And yeah, I get you.
And I checked the properties of the video as a reminder, and it said the video was recorded on March 7th. Because anytime I try to do videos, I want to pre-record them and then schedule them ahead of time. That's why I keep a consistent upload schedule, even to this day, instead of trying to rush a video out to have it done ASAP.
Okay, so, and like I said, if I can't find that video the ZTV video where you said it, either I'll make a video or I'll make a post or something where I retract my statement regarding that, and I will apologize because, again, unlike the other person, if I am wrong, I will admit when I'm wrong on that. I swore I've heard it before, but hey, memory can be a crazy thing, so I will do that. But regarding the other part, and then we could end it so you can see that video before we go. But the other thing, so regarding my whole reasoning behind that, because I was still subscribed to you and I noticed you were scheduling a stream, and I didn't know what the point was, because I purposely thought I heard you talking about it. Then I get sent that the other person was making a live stream right after you did that video and was talking about certain things and saying, "Oh, I'm happy for you," and all that type of stuff. He was trying to be all pro LGBTQ, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Double Z, but hasn't he said the F word multiple times in previous streams? I know you've called him out on stuff.
And I've gone on his case for that.
Yeah, he even called Lennon and Mason, who are a couple. He said that I was taking a picture with two homosexuals. That was within the last year. So, come on now. Why? Not you. I'm just saying that he is still criticizing. What's wrong with taking a picture with two friends of mine who are either bi or gay or whatnot, right? I don't believe he is a proud supporter of anybody's sexual orientation that's not straight. Like, he could say he's not, but I do believe that because why would you say shit like that? And also, he said the F word multiple times. I had Cabal on here the other night, and he said it, and I did call him out for that. And I am a straight man. Hey, that could be misconstrued. I am a straight man. I am not bisexual, gay, trans, pans, what have you. My woman is bisexual.
Liar. I'm just joking.
God. You want me to be gay, don't you, Omega? Anyway,
you want this ass motherfucker, okay?
you want this white chocolate. Anyway, my point is that like, there are a few things I don't like. I'm not the biggest fan of anybody saying the N-word. That's why I've called out another I don't know if I would say him a friend of mine now, but I've called him out before about that. Mm-hmm. And when Cabal said it, I called him out on it. Again, Cabal and me are so cool. I don't hold that against him, but I don't allow that stuff on my thing. And this is coming from this guy who I just don't like that word. My whole point is that I thought it was weird that he was doing this when he has openly said the F word multiple times and made homophobic remarks regarding people. And so at the time, I thought that it was because, again, he tries to do whatever he can to get heat off of him, even when he deserves the heat he is getting. And you may have recorded it at fucking in March and all that, and I'm going to take your word for it because as far as I know, you've had no reason to lie to me.
Of course.
But like, I will take your word more than his. And I do, like, while I will openly, again, I have no reason to say you're lying, so I have no issue saying to retract my statement over what I said about you last night about it being a publicity stunt. However, I still stand by it was a publicity stunt, but not on your end, by his end. Because why in the fuck does he need to make a stream talking about, oh my God, all this other stuff? That was the other point I was making regarding that, because I was like, why are you doing this? You don't even like you're not even proud, because again, do you honestly think he will go to any pride rallies? Do you honestly think he will like do anything like that? Again, he has openly this year, not he has said the F word this year. You were probably, I don't even think you were on that stream. He has said the F
Probably
word.
not, because I haven't been on much of the streams lately.
Yeah.
Even when he tries to invite me in Fortnite, usually I'm too busy or like I'm too
Yeah.
tired to even join those anymore.
He has said the F word. He says I take pictures with 2 homosexuals, which again is also a lie because Mason is bisexual. Get that straight. You know. So again, I will retract what I said regarding you, but I will still stand by that what he did regarding it was a publicity to get heat off of me. You can't hate me. I support gay people. Whether we like to admit or not, he doesn't support anything unless it benefits him. Why I've said he cuts people off when they have no use for him. He had Lennon, one of my best friends, come onto a stream to try to make himself look good and say that I lied about all this other shit that Lennon told me privately and publicly about him. And you know what he did afterwards? And all Lennon wanted to do was be his friend again. Because Lennon is a very nice individual, sometimes too nice, but you know, that's one thing I like about him. You know what he did less than 12 hours later? He told Lennon, he messaged Lennon, he told me he's going to block him. And again, I've shown the screenshots of that too. A guy that just wanted, he was willing to do anything just to be a friend to somebody. And after he got what he wanted, he ditched him like nothing. I do pray and hope that he never does that to you, but look at all the people he's done that to. He lost a girlfriend over, from what I've been told by Kevin, because of when he blocked River. Because he was with Jade or something, and then she broke up with him. So
First time I'm even hearing of that either.
Yeah, he was dating a chick from, I guess, overseas.
Like, I know he was with Jade.
Passport,
I
bro?
didn't even
What?
know until today that they even broke up or even the reason why.
She never told me, but Kevin told me basically what he heard. So it could be something completely different, but yeah, like she literally, I was talking to her in ITB's chat, and I made a comment about it, and I was, because again, she made some derogatory remarks about me when I didn't say shit, so I returned it in kind, and when she was respectful, I was respectful. Anyway, she messaged me, and she told me she blocked him, she broke up with him, and she will never speak to him again. And she apologized for all the stuff she said about me. And I told her I apologize, same with you and all that. I brought that up because I mocked him because he criticized my love life and how long I like me having the wife move in a month after we dated. Yeah, he can't keep a relationship to save his life. So don't you dare.
And he did that again with you on the stream. Like, if he's trying to move on, that's the other thing too. Again, just like whatever the stream that we're talking about, where you were on Double Z, where he again brought up with Chayton about some, documentation and all this shit. Like, again, if he wanted to truly move on, why is he bringing up, like he even says in his description, we're talking about stuff from 2025 and moving forward, but he's bringing shit up from like 2023 or 2022, 2021. Like, he's a hypocrite. He's a fucking lying hypocrite.
When I did my stream the other day, I could have just played the entire playlist of him all day long with videos from 5 years ago. But no, I talked about everything that happened this year that was considered drama in the world, not just on YouTube, because I did talk about some political stuff too. My point is that I talk about everything that happened in 2025. I didn't bring up our past history. I didn't bring up anything regarding him and Crystal, and that he attempted to anally grape her. Like, he talks about filing a restraining order. Why has he never fucking filed defamation lawsuits against any of us who have made those claims? Why has he never filed a defamation lawsuit against me? Why has he never filed a defamation lawsuit against fucking this person, that person? You could ask me the same question, but he's more bothered by it than I am. I just am willing to fight fire with that. Like, you know how many times I've had people talk shit, threaten to kill me, threaten to beat me up, said I did this, said I did that, said I'm behind all these fake accounts without no backup or proof of any of that nature. I was completely fine with showing DH the proof that he could showcase and be done with it. And then when she apologized, I took that, as fucked up as it is, I took that as enough for me. If she, I've not said anything negative about her, and I've said nothing of that nature since then. I've taken that as me moving on. But he still brings up that stream and all this other stuff, and the streams in the past and all that. But like I said, why has he never filed a defamation lawsuit? Because if it's not true and he's so protective of himself and his family, why has he filed a defamation lawsuit against me, DH, Poseidon, fucking all these other people who have said the same thing? You want to know why?
For the shit that he did to me, there's no way, because there's a lot of background
that's
shit.
That's like the restraining order. He says he wants to file a restraining order. This is coming from the guy who openly for the last 5 years has wanted to beat me up. But yeah, has never done jack shit. I've given him opportunity after opportunity, and he backs out like a little bitch.
Yeah, and it is hard to try to get a restraining order if you did threaten the other person to begin with. If it was the opposite way around, where it was solely on you doing that to him, then he would have like a valid case. But if he's doing that in kind, then it's hard to.
Yeah, I've got screenshots of messages. I don't mean to cut you off, Double Z, but I've got The only time I've ever said anything to him is I told him if he comes near my door, he's not getting a fist. That's not me insinuating violence. That's me defending my home.
Yeah, protect your ground.
Yeah. And I've told him if he comes near me and if he tries anything, then I will beat his ass. That's also self-defense, because I'm not going to throw the first punch. You think I'm that stupid? Because then if he gets his ass beat, he's going to be a little bitch and fucking call the cops. At least if he does it, and if he does still call the cops, I can claim self-defense. My whole point is I've never invoked. The only time I've ever invoked anything was challenge him, to give him what he wanted, because he's been challenging me for all these years. You could even go back to 4 years ago when he did that on Money AD stream. He even told me on, I think, a CTV stream, if you want, I'd come over to your apartment. That's why we make jokes about it. He threatened to, there was another video he did where he talked about me doxing him. He made a comment doxing my apartment number. No one else may know that, but of course, and I know he did it just so I know. But do you think I'm really scared of him? The only thing he could do is fucking send pizzas to my home. That shows how much of a bitch ass pussy he is. And again, as someone who has gotten pizzas sent to your house in the past, Double Z, I wouldn't and again, I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not manipulating you like he may try to tell you I am. I wouldn't if my friend is doing the same thing that I've dealt with.
Yeah.
I don't care what he does. I'm not going to send pizzas to his house. I'm not going to dox his addresses or his numbers or any of that shit. If ever I had to get information, it was for legality purposes in that nature. But in terms of the Facebook stuff, that was one thing. But outside of that, that's what I'm saying. And he has made things so complicated and wanted his way. It's not Burger King. You can't have it your way. You're the one that says you want to be left alone. I am only doing this because you poked the bear. And that's all I gotta say about that. Now, if you can, Double Z, I don't know, it's probably only going to be a few minutes. I'm going to end the stream so we can show that clip, and then we'll get out of here, because also I got to get ready for work in an hour. But before I end it, I do appreciate you coming in, Double Z. And like I said, I will like I'll even post in the comments of this video that I retract my statement about the publicity. I will also, if anybody could find it or anything. Hello, Will Ferrell, #1 fam. I agree in saying, but he makes it so fucking difficult. A simple street fight is so fucking difficult. But anyway, I will see if I could find that whole thing, and if I can't, I will also leave a retraction on the opening thing and apologize for that. Because again, to be fair, even when you blocked me, and again, if I just to show I didn't have it, if I have issue with people blocking me, I never told anybody publicly that you blocked me. Because, well, I just was like, I know you don't really like, you may be around somebody who does a lot of stupid shit, but I never really see you do stupid shit yourself. So, yeah. But let me end this here so we can watch this video real quick before we gotta go. And thank you all for watching. I hope you all got to learn a few things and all that other stuff from this. And again, hopefully, because I really did, like, again, I only wanted to make this stream. I know people wanted to learn about the Jordan. I may just make a separate stream about that or do a gaming stream and talk about that. I don't know. I'll do something. But yeah. Anyway, y'all take care and ta-ta for now.
Happy New Year.